Hi, this is Dr.A. Today I want to talk about something many of us feel but rarely name aloud: the ache of being misunderstood. Not just in passing, but consistently, deeply, and sometimes silently. That quiet sense that no matter how clearly you speak, how open hearted you are, the world hears an entirely different version of you. And when that happens enough times, you start to wonder, is it me? Am I too much? Too intense? Too soft? Too different? Or maybe you just live in a world not trained to listen. Let's explore this. Why being misunderstood hurts so much? Feeling misunderstood strikes at the core of what it means to be human. Because to be understood is to be seen, heard, and held in truth. When that doesn't happen, especially repeatedly, it can create emotional loneliness, shame, identity confusion, hypervigilance. For some, it even triggers the trauma response, especially if you grew up in an environment where emotional safety wasn't consistent. If your truth was dismissed, twisted, or punished as a child, your adult self might now over-explain, people please, apologize too much, or retreat entirely. It's not a flaw, it's protection. But protection can sometimes become a prison. Why it happens, the psychology behind it. Let's talk filters. Everyone listens with filters made of their own beliefs, wounds, culture, expectations, and experiences. So, even when you speak with clarity and care, what the other person hears is filtered through their past, their assumptions, their level of self-awareness, and sometimes their envy, their fears, their projections. Some people aren't actually responding to you. They are reacting to something within themselves. And here is a truth that might sting before it sets you free. People can only meet you as deeply as they have met themselves. Cultural and relational layers. In many cultures, including mine, there's a pressure to fit the mold. Be soft-spoken but strong. Be independent but obedient. Be educated but not intimidating. So, if you are emotionally articulate, assertive, deeply introspective, you are often seen as too much. Not because you are, but because you stretch the boundaries of what others are used to. This happens especially with family, partners, or childhood friends who only know a version of you frozen in time. They cannot always keep up with your growth, and they won't always try. So what do you do when the world doesn't get you? You don't shrink. You don't mute your truth. You don't keep explaining to those committed to misunderstanding you. Instead, you create clarity inward before seeking it outward. The better you understand yourself, the less you rely on others to define or validate you. Practice boundary-based communication. Not everyone deserves access to your depth. Filter who you open up to. Not out of fear, but out of discernment. Find your soul listeners. They exist. The ones who hear even your silences. And if you haven't found them yet, become one yourself. People are drawn to mirrors. Use expressive outlets: writing, voiceovers, art, dance. These forms speak in layers. They allow you to say what words alone cannot. Let go of the need to always be understood. Sometimes peace isn't in being seen, it's in seeing yourself and standing tall anyway. To those who feel misunderstood, you are not broken. You are not too much. You are simply fluent in a language others haven't learned yet. And that's not a curse, it's a gift. Stay with yourself. Honor your truth. And remember, being misunderstood by many doesn't make you wrong. Being understood by you makes you whole. If this touched you, share it with someone who needs to feel seen. Subscribe for more insights, reflections, and mind whispers. See you in the next video. This is Dr. A.